Jack Sullivan, my friend, welcome to Sun Valley.
Thank you for having me.
Are you counting the seconds so you can get out of my chair and go ski?
I am looking forward to skiing, but I'm not counting the seconds. I'm very happy to be here right now.
You are the CEO of something called Broadway Video.
Right.
Which was created, how long ago by Lorne Michaels?
It was created in 1979, and that was 4 years after he started Saturday Night Live, which was 1975.
So you're not a guest star or an actor on Saturday Night Live. You're
although
not
that
a
would be
writer.
nice, but no, I'm not.
But you have to be around all of those people.
Yes.
I mean, you hang out with those people.
Yes.
So I was thinking earlier, if Jack's hanging out with all of those people, do you think that there's pressure on you to be funny?
No, I don't think so. I mean, when I'm around them, I just try to be myself, and if anything, I'm a little more conscious of not trying to be funny, because it's hard to compete with some of the funniest people in the world. But
they are.
But I don't feel any pressure to be funny.
But you're a good audience, I bet.
I'm a good audience. I'll give myself that. I really do love our shows and the people we work with, and I have so much respect for what they do. So for me, it's just so much fun being around them.
Well, you know, I have interviewed a lot of funny people in my life. I've interviewed a lot of the people from Saturday Night Live, and I've interviewed a lot of comedians, and it's hard to make me laugh.
Yeah.
But I do have to say to you that I don't think I can get through this sentence. I do have to say to you that I cannot even think of Portlandia without laughing.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. We love this show. We're so proud of it.
It is the funniest thing.
Yeah, it's original. You know,
well, that was my question. What makes it so funny?
I don't have a perfect answer for that, other than to say I think Fred Armisen is very, very funny, and his chemistry with Carrie Brownstein and John Kreisel, who's our director and also writer. The chemistry of that group is so good, and on a show like a network like IFC, you have a little more leeway to do some things that maybe you couldn't if you had the pressure of doing something for broadcast television.
So with that in terms, you mean there's not as many censors, so they can get away with a little
more? Not really
more?
a censorship thing, more thing you can kind of get out there a little bit more with your ideas and be a little more on the edge of something rather than kind of straight down the middle. I don't know if I'm answering that properly, but you know, they can take some chances that maybe otherwise would be difficult on broadcast, where you have to reach millions of people. As we're here, you know, the expectation is just to do the best show you can, and you're going to get an audience of maybe 500,000 people, and that's a good result for that channel. But it's not the same pressure as we got to broadcast to the whole country, and are they going to get it? Because a lot of that humor, you know, it's in a very good-natured way. It's making fun of the overly, you know, the progressive nature of the city, and it is. So it's sort of, I don't want to use the word niche, but I guess it's, you could say that it's something that's getting a little narrower than your typical network show would be.
Well, I was going to put you on the spot and ask you, because I can't. I just know that I watch it. I watch Carrie, I watch Fred, and I'm hysterical. I mean, even though I don't want to be, or even though I'm trying to contain myself, they send me sideways. And someone asked me about it the other day, and I said, you know, I don't know how to describe the humor. How do you describe it? I mean,
it's sort
you try. You're the boss.
It's sort of hard to describe. You know, to me, a lot of it is Fred too, and I think Fred.
Well, Fred in a wig.
If you've asked him, though, Fred's not even quite sure why he's funny, but he is so naturally funny.
Which makes him so funny.
I just think it's a little bit different, you know, and the way even the way they shoot it and the way it's edited and everything about it's just like a little bit off center, which makes it, you know, sort of great. And we also get great guest appearances from people like Kyle MacLachlan and Steve Buscemi and you know, those kind of people coming on and doing these scenes, or Jason Sudeikis. They just add to it and kind of put it over the top. So we're lucky. It's a great mix of people.
Is it sort of like spaghetti when you pick it up and throw it against the wall? Some cooks say that's a good way to determine if it's done. If it's, I mean, do you do it that way? Because you must do the same skits over and over again, and they get a little chance for movement.
Yeah, well, you know, with Saturday Night Live, and this is a little outside of, you know, what I would do week for week, week by week in terms of my job. But at that show, there's a dress rehearsal where you'll have, it'll be longer than the hour-and-a-half air show. It'll be, let's say, 2 hours and 15 minutes, and you get a live audience reaction to things that helps form some of the choices made and some of the things that are selected for the air show. With something like Portlandia, obviously it's taped, you don't have that same benefit or that same opportunity.
Is there anything in terms of the humor of Portlandia that even John, the director, or you, as CEO, would say, that's off limits?
That last question is very, a tricky one. That's kind of personal to whatever. And
sure.
But from where I sit, I would never be the one saying you're going too far. Lorne Michaels might be that person, say, I think that's too early or that's whatever. And he's had a lot of experience making those kind of decisions over the years. I think with something like Portlandia, it's a pretty good-natured show in a way. Like it's making fun of Portlandia, but really in a respectful, sort of friendly way. So I don't know that show would run into that sort of thing, although
but
SNL
Saturday
might.
Night Live might.
Yeah, because it's topical or news update, that kind of thing. But that's that's very much something that team kind of works through, and I think Lauren's kind of has a sense of what's. It's such an
interesting edge, isn't it, when you think about that? Because there really is a line that you have to walk in terms of topical shows.
Yeah. There is. Yeah, I think there is.
You're lucky not to have it on Portlandia because mostly it's pancakes.
Yeah, exactly. It's not. It doesn't. Yeah, it's not. You don't have to be too concerned about the topical part of it. Exactly.
Good. Love talking to you.
Love talking to you.
Thank you. Thank you. I hope we do it again soon.
Me too.
As Portlandia gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
Exactly. I hope so.
Jack Sullivan.